right, James. How's it going?
Well, okay, sir.
Yeah? You doing pretty good?
I'm doing all right.
Did you do anything over the weekend?
What did I do over the weekend? I watched WrestleMania.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, which was fun. That was a really fun event, yeah.
I heard Cody Rhodes had the end of his story.
Yeah, he finally finished the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So tell me about the story thing. What starts the story and what ends the story, and how do people know where the stories begin and end?
Ooh, that's inside baseball.
Is it inside baseball? You're a fan. You would know. How is that inside baseball?
Well, I mean, you start this odyssey on, being probably not the most popular wrestler in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Then you work your way up the ranks, and then you fight, you scratch and claw, and then you get to this point where you want to be champion, and then you get knocked down a peg, and then you lose, and then you got to finish your story.
Mm-hmm.
So with Cody Rhodes, he's the son of a Hall of Famer, Dusty Rhodes, which was my grandfather's favorite wrestler.
Goldust.
Yeah, Goldust.
Right.
That's a Goldust son.
Uh-huh.
Goldust son. That's Goldust's brother, Cody Rhodes.
Oh, Goldust's brother.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Dusty Rhodes is the American Dream, old school wrestler from back in the 80s.
Okay.
And he had two sons, Dusty and Cody. So that's their dynasty. Roman Reigns, comes from a family with The Rock.
Yeah.
So he's the big guy. He's the big fish. He's the big
Right.
kahuna. He had the belt for over 1,000+ days. And The Rock, he comes back. He wants, WWE's being owned by a different company now.
Mm-hmm.
So, the company's like, hey, we want you to face Roman Reigns since you guys are cousins. It'll make a tons of money, and they made the mistake. The Rock was like, hey, that's a good idea. But the fans didn't like it.
Right.
Because last year, Cody Rhodes lost to Roman Reigns, and we wanted to see a rematch of that. And he won the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble is where, last man standing in the ring gets a chance to go to WrestleMania, and then he gets to face the champion. And he picked Roman Reigns as the guy. Rock comes in. Rock says, he talks to Cody like, hey, they're going to, I know you won the Royal Rumble, but it's going to be me. It's face the Rock.
Is this on the show or off the show?
It's on the show.
Okay.
And some of it's like, it's kind of like the blurred lines of fiction, what's real and what's not.
Right.
So, but a lot of it was real.
Right.
Generated heat that The Rock caught was real. When he saw that, the fans revolted. It was like, hey, we want Cody Rhodes. This guy earned that.
Mm-hmm.
He earned that. He earned every big shot of it. And The Rock just kind of turned his heel persona around and turned everything around, and it just became this big moneymaker for the whole company.
Right.
And he finally finished the story, man. He finally finished it because his dad never held the heavyweight championship. So he finally got a chance to hold it, and it was just such a big deal, such a relief. Get that monkey off your shoulder.
Yeah.
Kind of like winning your first Super Bowl, your first championship.
Yeah.
It's a goal, and that goal is finally realized. And it was really good, man. It was really cool. I know some people don't like wrestling because booger eaters or booger eating sports. I get it, but like one of my friends, Ja'Cory, said, it's a great. How can I say this? How did he say it? It takes a lot from real life.
Yeah, it's a distraction.
It's a hell of a distraction, dude.
Yeah.
And I love it. I'll never stop watching wrestling.
Yeah.
Because it's just a hell of a distraction. Like, even superhero movies are not as much of a distraction anymore like it used to be.
Right.
Because it's so politicized now. So it sucks. Wrestling is one thing that'll never be politicized.
Yeah.
You can try, but you can't. It's art. It's a form of art. It's soap operas.
You know what that is for me?
What?
Mangas.
Yeah.
That's why I've gotten into mangas, because, and I was telling Joel about this the other day. By the way, everybody, welcome to the On the Go show.
Oh yeah, I forgot
On the Go with Jacob and James. Yep, you're here. You listen to us anyway.
Yeah, they know. They know us.
So, I was telling Joel the other day that manga, like comic books, I ingrained myself into the comic book fandom because I was genuinely interested in the comic books.
Yeah.
And as I grew up, obviously, I got away from the comic book stories just because, like, you either fall out of it or it's too much to handle. Not to handle, but to keep up with, right? Because comic book storylines, they span almost like wrestling, right? They span years and they have all kinds of setup going on. And then also, too, you have the fan base. The fan base is getting a little loud and obnoxious about things, and I don't really want to pay attention to it as much anymore. So I've diverted my attention to manga because they're so streamlined stories.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's not like, okay, you have to read Spider-Man to understand what's going on in Spider-Man, but also Spider-Man shows up in the X-Men comics for these 5 issues, and if you want to know what he's talking about in his main story, you got to go read these, or you have this version, and you have this version, and you have this version. Like it's so much, but manga is so. It's one book for however many chapters. There might be several books.
Mm-hmm.
You have some who are like 3 volumes. You have some that are 20 volumes. One Piece is 105 volumes at this point. It's still going. It's like 1,000 chapters in. But it's still one cohesive story. Or maybe not cohesive, but it's one singular story throughout.
Just being told.
Yeah. And that's become my new distraction is manga. It's like I'm outside of the fan base just enough to like just really enjoy these stories without hearing people complain about these books or these characters or whatever, because I don't pay attention to that. I don't follow threads or Reddits or whatever that are talking about these things. I get what you mean about the distraction, because it's like, or I get what you mean where it's like wrestling is more of a distraction to superhero films because everything's been so politicized, where it's like I feel like the same with manga versus the regular comic book industry, because everything's so,
it's got contaminated.
Not even politicized, but just like contaminated. Just there's an ick about it that you don't want to pay attention to.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So I didn't watch wrestling because I haven't watched wrestling in years. I think my dad still watches it because, again, storylines and the longer you live, the more wrestlers you meet and the more like families and storylines there are. Like every now and then I'll see a YouTube video that's like breaking down the family tree of some wrestlers, and it goes deep. Like
it goes deep, man.
Yeah, like they really do just come from like wrestling dynasties, or families or whatever. It remains in the family.
But I'm telling you, man, it's WWE specifically, it's gotten so much popular since the time you probably watched it.
Yeah,
it's become a global thing now. It's WWE's up there with the NFL. It's up there with Nike, McDonald's, whatever. Apple is up there now. It's like it's one of the big brands in America.
Yeah,
in America. So it's definitely become like they had 17 sold out shows.
Damn.
Yeah, for SmackDown and Raw.
That's incredible.
On the go or on the run with Jacob and James.
It was Khadijah's half birthday.
Half birthday? What is that?
It's 6 months until her next birthday.
Oh, okay.
So for whatever reason, she decided she wanted to celebrate it this year, which I think part of it is just like she had a rough week at work. And also she probably just wanted to be pampered a little bit. So I think that's all it was. Because her job's not as easy as mine is. My worst day at work is I can't get to the 7th floor because of rain. Her worst day on the job is like someone yells at her because they don't get enough money anymore. It changes week to week. But anyway, so it was her half birthday. So I took her to this golf place called Pop Stroke.
Okay, nice.
And it's Tiger Woods' place. Tiger Woods, I guess, is now in the miniature golf industry.
Well, I mean, he probably goes there to get a couple shots in.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But I guess he's like starting to open these up across the country and whatnot.
So this is his place, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we went there. It's like I said, it's like a mini golf place. I saw it when I went to go see Kung Fu Panda with Joel. And it piqued my interest. So we go check it out. It's not like mini golf. It's not like the windmills and the dragons or like obnoxious stuff. It's literally just like a mini golf course. But we get there, $30 all day play. All day play in the sense that you can leave and come back, and as long as you have the receipt, they'll still let you in, which is a pretty good deal.
That's a damn good deal.
It's 2 golf courses. They got a red and a black. The black is the easier one. The red is the harder one. And it was fun. It was a fun time. We played our course. We had some drinks. We had these 2 tequila sunrises, and I think they were like $8 a piece. So not too bad.
It's not bad.
Yeah. Never mind that it was 11:30 in the morning. But
yeah, right.
Because we woke up early, man. We got up like at 6 a.m. I got up and I went to Starbucks. I got us coffee. I got us like these little cake pop things and like some kolaches from Shipley's, and that's how we started our day. We drove down to Katy. Played golf. There's a little manga bookstore. So, speaking of manga, So there's a little manga bookstore that Joel was telling me about. So we went to go check it out. We got there before it even opened. And let me tell you, there was a line outside the manga bookstore.
Did something come out?
I don't know. There was like 10 people waiting, and then more people showed up right before they opened up. This one guy walked up. He was in like a 3-piece suit, nice shoes, sunglasses on, just coming to check out the manga store. And I'm just like, what are you doing? Because he just suggested maybe he's going to a wedding. I don't know. I think he just got dressed up to go look at manga. But
the 2-piece suit.
Some people like to dress up on Saturdays, James.
I hear you.
So, if you like manga, this is a store for you. Let me see if I can look at the name. It's some kind of crazy Asian name. Kinokuniya.
Oof.
Yeah, is the manga bookstore. And if you like manga, it's walls of just books, different series, different versions. They even had like manga versions of like anime movies, which I thought was really cool. So I got a book. She got a book. And then we went and had lunch at In-N-Out, walked around the Katy Mall, which you know the Katy Mall. Have you been to the Katy Mall?
I've been there before.
Yeah, Katy Mills is just like a circular thing.
Yeah. Oh, there was a shooting too.
Oh yeah, there was a while back, wasn't there?
No, it was this weekend.
Oh, not when I was there.
Oh, it wasn't? Okay,
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm completely unaware of that.
Yeah, I was like walking out with some in and out.
Right. But yeah, so we went to the Katy Mall. We walked around, looked at some stuff, and then we got out of there and came back home. We did a movie marathon. That's where we watched Lisa Frankenstein and Ricky Stenicki and Warren Here's a Hugh, Greatest Showman. We had a day. We had a nice Saturday, and then Sunday was like lazy day. We just vegged the whole day.
I think the bigger question is, why did y'all go to In-N-Out Burger?
I like In-N-Out I think In-N-Out is a cool like on a day out type of thing. I don't know. I just wanted the In-N-Out. What's wrong with In-N-Out, James?
It's trash.
Is it trash?
Oh, yes.
It's just a burger.
It's never just a burger, Jake.
It's never
just a burger. Those fries are terrible. And I went to both of them. I've been to both before.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, it is not good, man.
I think it's fine.
I don't understand why we have this place in Houston. I don't understand why it's so packed all the time either.
Well, I mean, that's a good question. Well, because they're like In-N-Out and Chick-fil-A's are kind of the same in the way of like their drive-through lines are super long, right?
At least Chick-fil-A gets you in and get you out.
Yeah, In-N-Out does the same too. They have 3 burgers. They got a single, a double, and something else.
Triple, I think.
Yeah, that is one thing about their menu that's good though. It's like it's 3 burgers and fries. That's all you got. Chick-fil-A, it's mostly all chicken products.
All chicken products.
Yeah. Which is really the way to do it. Where you mess up where you get like a McDonald's situation where you're doing filet of fish.
True.
The only fish item on the menu. You're doing like a McRib every like 3 months or
Jack in
whatever.
the Box.
Or yeah,
Jack in the Box has the most complex menu of all.
Egg rolls, right?
Yeah, egg rolls, tacos, mini tacos, chicken tenders. They got every single thing that this shouldn't be on the menu.
Yeah. What's going on with Jack in the Box, huh?
Yeah, well, I mean, Jack in the Box for the people that get high.
Well, so is Taco Bell, but Taco Bell has the same 5 ingredients and all their.
Yeah, they got the same 5 ingredients. Like Jack in the Box has the most weirdest concoctions of foods. Like the egg rolls thing always took me out of there. I'm like, egg rolls and Jack in the Box? All right, cool.
Taco Bell is for like the beginning of the night, and then Jack in the Box is for the end of it. Like you start your diet with Taco Bell, but then when you're really messed up, you go to Jack in the Box.
Jack in the Box.
Because those $2 tacos or like dollar tacos, whatever they were, like those things are greasy.
They are
so greasy.
They are greasy.
It's just a belly of grease.
It's like meat and it's like cheese, like regular sliced cheese. I don't know. I don't know what you think about that.
The single slice of cheese.
The single slice cheese. And I don't know what it is. Those single slice cheese tacos hit differently at Jack in the Box than it would if you wasn't making it at home.
They do. They're good tacos.
I don't understand.
And the mini
why.
tacos are good too because it's basically just chips and dip, right?
It's
chips and bean dip, except the bean dip's on the inside.
Mm-hmm. It's just sad, man. I have a problem.
Yeah.
I think we all have a problem.
Is that what it is? I haven't been to Jack in the Box forever. I used to not go to Jack in the Box because growing up, the Jack in the Box in my hometown, like their bags smelled like garbage.
What?
No, I know. It smelled like dumpster garbage. You know how like dumpsters start to smell?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how the bag smelled to me anyway.
man.
And so I was just like, no, I don't want Jack in the Box.
Oh, God.
Smells like garbage.
Did you guys have a lot of fast food restaurants in your town?
That's all we have, James. We got a Jack in the Box, you got a McDonald's, you got a Domino's, you got a Pizza Hut, you got I think a KFC just opened. You got some other chicken place, which apparently the town went wild when that opened.
Was it like
Hart's
upscale
Chicken.
place? Oh, Hart's Chicken.
Hart's Chicken. We had a Church's Chicken. I think we have a Shipley's and a Carl's Jr. like just outside of town. Got a Taco Bell. Did I say Taco Bell already?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Taco Bell. Yeah, that's about it. I guess it's like 9 or 10 fast food places. There's like 3 actual restaurants.
I was about to say like mom and pop restaurants.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Local restaurants.
Yeah, pretty much. There used to be a Guadalajara, or there is a Guadalajara, but it's like a small scale Guadalajara.
So do you have any upscale restaurants? Like, what do you go to take a date out there? Because I know when I was in Michigan, you had to go like Applebee's.
Oh man, you in town, you either go to the Los Cabos or the Nancy Steakhouse. Yeah. Those are the big high end restaurants that we had.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
Because in Michigan, we had Applebee's. Applebee's was like this place.
Applebee's?
Like if you was going on a date, Applebee's was the place to go. Yeah. And that's why you see so many jokes being made about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And all these, like some of these movies.
Yeah.
Like we're going to Applebee's. You take me for Applebee's.
Applebee's and Chili's are kind of like on the same level.
Yeah, they're the same. They're basically the same.
I used to think Olive Garden was a pretty good restaurant, and then I learned that Olive Garden's actually like a mid-tier.
Oh yeah, me too.
Restaurant. Well, because coming from where I come from, like Olive Garden,
I mean, well, yeah. I mean, look, when I was younger and not having a lot of money, and then as I got older, and then you get a job, and you figure out, oh man, let's go to these restaurants. And you think you're doing something going to Olive Garden.
Yeah.
Then you're like, no, this is like a lower scale restaurant. Then you go to Carrabba's, and then Carrabba's is hella expensive. Nice restaurant, by the way.
Carrabba's is really nice.
But then you find out there's more restaurants that are more higher
Even above
end than
it.
that.
Yeah.
So
you know what I like from Carrabba's? Whenever we do go to Carrabba's, we get fried calamari as the appetizer. It is good.
Yeah.
That's a treat. That's a special little treat for us.
And
then they get the little marinara sauce with it. Yeah.
I mess with that. I haven't been there in a long time.
I haven't either, but everything's so expensive nowadays.
It is.
Not to sound like everybody else, but damn this inflation.
I mean, it's always good to kind of splurge every now and again, right?
Yeah, well, that's what this weekend was. I spent a lot more money than I wanted to, James.
Have you ever been to Rock Seafood?
No.
It's on FM 1960. I don't know if you've ever been on that side of town.
We used to. Back when we were kind of still in the Kingwood area, I believe. What was it called?
Rock Seafood. It's like right across. It's like in the same parking lot as Carrabba's on the FM 1960 Veterans Memorial.
Rock Seafood?
Yeah. I may have pronounced it wrong, but it was like a restaurant like in the same little parking lot as Rockfish Seafood.
Rockfish Seafood.
Huh. I've been there before. They're really good, man. Really, really good. They don't have a lot anywhere. That's the only one they have out.
Oh, it looks nice. It's got these warehouse ceilings.
Yeah, I don't know how you feel about the warehouse ceilings.
Yeah, I don't know. Our studios have the warehouse ceilings.
They do.
Yeah, which is just really weird. I don't know. I don't like seeing the air vents.
Yeah,
just put a ceiling, man.
Are you big on seafood?
Yeah. Oh, they're not. Oh no, those are the starters. I was like, they're not badly priced, but then I see these are just appetizers.
Yeah, this is appetizers.
It's we eat a lot more fish nowadays. So we're salmon, trout. I think cod. We've had cod a few times. So I don't mind seafood. How do you feel about seafood?
Oh, I love seafood.
Yeah,
seafood and chicken are my two of my favorites. Seafood and chicken. I can eat that all day.
I don't know. It depends on the fish because sometimes the fish is too fishy.
True.
I don't like all the fishy flavor.
Yeah.
I just want it to taste good. I don't want to taste the fish. I don't know if that's weird or not. But
no, you're right. I mean, you want great seasoning with your food. You don't want it to be too greasy and oily.
You know what I haven't had in a while, and I don't think it's seafood related, but hush puppy.
No, it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know it's normally served with seafood, but I don't think
it's
the hush puppy's not a seafood.
It's not a sea creature.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Hush puppy.
I think it's just bread, right?
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, it's just bread with
bread.
I don't know what's in it. What, corn or something?
Yeah, corn or whatever you want to put in.
Corn hash or something. Yeah.
Something. I don't know, but I haven't had a hush puppy in forever. Those things are usually pretty good.
Yeah, those things are pretty good. Remember Long John Silver's?
Yeah. We were talking about Long John Silver's over the weekend because you don't. Over in Katy, there used to be like a Taco Bell Long John Silver's like
I remember.
dual thing, and so Khadijah's not a fan of Long John Silver's just because it's like fast food fish.
It is. It's not good.
Yeah, but my family used to have Long John Silver's quite a bit.
Mine too.
I would get like the butterfly shrimp or the popcorn shrimp or something.
That was the most popular thing.
Because then they would have like the little crusty pieces in the bottom of the box, and I like the crusty pieces.
Yeah, no, that was the most popular thing at the Long John Silver was the butterfly fish.
Yeah, that's the only thing I ever
Big
ate.
butterfly shrimp. Yeah.
Yeah. But you're right. I mean, she does have a point. Like, fast food fish is just kind of weird.
Oh, yeah, it is. Have you ever had Captain D's? Captain D's was not everywhere either.
Captain D's? No. What is...
I guarantee you won't be able to find that.
This feels like a setup.
No, it's not a setup. I know what I was just about to say. But I swear to God, that's not a setup. Yeah, it was called Captain D's. It would have been nice to have that restaurant now. You know how many jokes over there make with that?
$5.99 meal bills. Yeah, look at that. It looks like a Long John Silver's.
Yeah,
This looks exactly like a Long John
It
Silver's.
was like a competition for Long John Silver's.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's be on Lil York. Captain D's used to be on Lil York.
All right. No, I've never had it.
Yeah,
Is that a seafood? Is that a pizza?
probably.
What am I looking at here?
I don't know how I feel about people turning seafood into like pizza now. Just so you can make it amicable for your eating pleasure.
Do they have?
Let's turn seafood into pizza now. I'm just not. Yeah, it's a thing now. It's a thing. Like you can get toppings of shrimp that's on top of pizza now. It's just so weird concoctions.
Oh, it is kind of weird.
Just like they got seafood. What's that? Not seafood tacos, which they do have that.
Fish tacos.
Yeah, fish tacos.
Yeah.
Fish. The nachos, seafood nachos. I was like,
There's seafood nachos.
yeah, it's like,
the heck?
man. And I'm a big foodie. I'm a big foodie person. So
Yeah.
it's like, as I get older, it's like, why are you making this? Oh, because you wanted nachos? So let's make shrimp nachos? It's like, I guess, sure.
Crab leg pizza.
Do you like crab legs?
Too much work.
It is. It's way too much work.
What I really like is crawfish.
I do love crawfish, but even that's too much work sometimes.
It is, and it's kind of expensive nowadays.
Yeah,
So,
it is.
It's not. It's. I mean, to be fair though, crawfish has always, like, unless you also suck the heads.
Yeah.
If you just eat the tails, it's never worth the money,
It's not.
right? Because
It's
it's always expensive for like 2 pounds of crawfish if you're just gonna eat the tails.
It's wasted.
But I only eat the tails. I'm not gonna do all the other stuff with it. But man, it tastes so good. And then like the little potatoes, the little
Yep,
red
you get
potatoes they serve with it.
You get sausages with it, and you get
it's-
corn.
Yeah, delicious.
It's good eating right there, man.
Delicious.
Might have to get that this week.
I haven't had crawfish in forever.
Yeah, I don't even know if good. I really don't know if any good crawfish places.
You know, what was it? Willie's? Is it Will?
Willie D Seafood.
Is that what it's called? We always just called it Willie's. I don't remember the full name of
There's
it.
got Willie D Seafood. That's like over there where you work at. On the side of the feeder road.
Willie's Grill and Ice House. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I used to get crawfish from them, and I also used to get ribs from them whenever we would go.
Oh, I know Jacob like ribs.
I went through a rib phase.
Oh,
Yeah. But then ribs are so messy.
they are.
So,
And it's hard
and
to
expensive.
get. And very expensive. Well, everything's expensive, Jacob.
Everything I like is expensive, and I can't afford it.
On the go. We're getting arrested with Jacob and James.
This is kind of a follow-up to a couple of Mondays ago when we were talking about the Quiet on Set documentary, and I kind of made the comment that what's the point of talking about these things if no one's going to do anything about it?
True.
Well, it turns out, James, someone's been doing something about it. So I don't know if you remember this actor from back in the day. Do you recall the name Alyson Stoner?
Maybe if I see a face.
Let me pull up what she looked like as a child, because there you go. That's kind of what she looked like.
Oh yeah, I've seen her before. Yeah.
So she was on a bunch of Disney stuff back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she did a lot of breakdancing. So
Yeah, I
whenever they
remember,
needed,
she's danced all the time.
yeah, that they brought her out to dance all the time. So she's been very open about like what childhood fame has like kind of done to her, and I don't know if she's particularly like abused at any point in time. I haven't looked that hard into it, so fact check me if you must, but I do know she's been very open about like just, you know, the mental stuff she went through and just like growing up as a child star and all these things. And
Being bullied.
Yeah, and bullied and whatnot. And she has a podcast where she talks about all these things. And it's funny because Khadijah was like, yeah, some of the stuff she talks about is interesting, but like every time I see a clip, she's always crying. She's like, I don't want to listen to. But so she actually went to like Congress or somebody, and she's proposing this bill to help kid influencers actually keep the money they receive from doing their kid influencer thing. And I think she's also pushing for basically child labor laws that come in to the kid influencer world, or just the influencer world in general, because I actually heard this interview with her on Fox News of all things. She made the comment that like influencers and stuff, it's still a very new profession, right? Like it's still a new thing. And to be a full-time influencer, you got to work like 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 hours a week, right? It's all day, every day. You know, we talked about it a little earlier. Like you got to stay on these things. Otherwise you kind of lose traction with like views and whatnot. So she was saying with the little kid influencers, what you're not seeing is behind the scenes, like how the parents are acting towards them or like what their shooting schedule is. And I remember on Reddit, there was like a Reddit post going on where like this mom, they were going on vacation, and she posted a picture of like the schedule of what they were going to film on vacation. And the schedule still had like, I don't know, 30 hours of work on it for a vacation. And the mom was, you know, mom was getting a lot of hate for it on the internet. And she goes, well, this is actually a scaled down schedule. This isn't even what we filmed during the week. And a lot of people were like, that you film more than that during the week? That's a lot of work to put on a kid. And there's also been other influencers that kind of made jokes about child influencers not getting abused, but like getting pushed into
Something
like.
Farley.
Do I?
Something Farley made a couple jokes about that too.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
that's funny. But yeah, essentially it's just like there's been all these jokes and kind of hints at like all the stuff they go through. Like a kid's puppy died or whatever, and all of a sudden the mom's pulling out the phone. Yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like, where does the line draw between work and actual life? And so back to my original point. I'm sorry, I got on kind of a tirade there, but
you're good.
Back to my original point. Alyson Stoner is actually trying to do something to help protect these kids.
Yes, you should.
Yeah, and I think it's great. I think it's a great thing to do, and like it's stuff like this has been happening for a while, and obviously it's not going to
for years.
It's not going to stop it.
Nah.
But if it helps alleviate it, and if it helps protect a kid from being abused by their own mom, and also the parents probably don't realize what they're doing, right? Yeah. They don't realize like maybe they are putting their kid through like mental anguish by doing all this work, because it seems fun and it seems like a hobby, but it is work. At the end, if you're getting paid for it, it's work. And if you're a child getting paid for it, then you should be able to receive that money, and you should be able to have a certain amount of hours of filming and relaxing, right? Like you can't just be on all the time. No one can. Even regular influencers, honestly, should have a tight work schedule. I know David, our friend King David, when he makes his social media stuff, I think he does all his filming on a Sunday or something. And then obviously he just pushes it out throughout the week. So it's important to have a schedule no matter who you are, but I am glad someone is sticking up for these kids. And she's been doing it since like January. I think she's been trying to push this thing since January. So it's been going on for a little while.
Okay. Well, I mean, like I said, it's been going on since the 80s, man. Since the 70s and the 80s.
Yeah.
Honestly, what I'm talking about. It's been going on since Judy Garland.
Yeah. Judy
Garland was this mainstay. People might remember her from Wizard of Oz as Dorothy. But people forget how she got that role.
Yeah.
She had to do blackface in order to get that role. She got bullied into doing that.
That's a huge thing.
Yeah, I mean, she got bullied into doing that role, and she never wanted to do blackface.
Yeah.
You think people like that? You think of people like Gary Coleman.
Mm-hmm.
Gary Coleman was also went through a hell of a life as a kid star.
Michael Jackson.
Webster.
Yeah.
Webster was another one. Emmanuel Lewis, that's his name. Emmanuel Lewis, better known as Webster. He went through a lot of this stuff. I don't know. I think Ashley and Kate married Kate Ashley.
Mm-hmm. They went through a lot of stuff, a lot of anorexia. Yeah. There was a whole countdown clock to them turning 18, which is really weird.
Perverted.
Yeah,
it was perverted.
It was really weird.
Or
or even kind of related, but not related, but Billie Eilish, right? For a while, people were concerned, like, always like, why is she always wearing baggy clothes for, and blah, 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 because she always wears baggy clothes. And you look at her career, she started when she was like 15 or 16, right? She started doing performances, and it's like, well, yeah, no wonder she's wearing baggy clothes. She's a child. Like, I respect her for wearing baggy clothes as a child. And like, she became an adult like a couple years ago, and she still rocks that same look.
She still do it for the most part. She kind of, sometimes she kind of sheds a little bit.
Yeah, but it's like having self-respect.
Yeah.
I feel like. And
not everybody can be Rihanna.
Yeah.
Not everybody wants to be Rihanna. Like, she doesn't have to show off her body.
No.
And I'm not dissing the ladies that do show off their body.
Yeah.
But everyone's different.
But it's funny because I think when Billie Eilish did do she did like a Vogue photo shoot where she was wearing like a dress.
I remember that, yeah.
Like everybody blew up about it because it's like, oh, Billie Eilish is wearing, and it wasn't even like a scantily clad outfit or anything. So
it was like a gold outfit.
You can't win.
No, you can't. You can't win.
But when she was a child, the baggy outfit, like I can see, like that's also kind of how you protect yourself. That might just be your style, but also in the world of fame and in the world of where we're making countdown clocks for artists and actors turning 18, it's nice to kind of protect yourself a little bit.
Yeah, look at Orlando Brown. Orlando Brown's been acting.
Oh my God, yeah.
That kid's been acting for years, man. I've been seeing Orlando Brown since I was a kid.
Sometimes I don't know if he's still, if all he does is true or an act still.
I mean,
you
just don't know, man.
He's a wacky guy, but it's hard to tell, you know?
Yeah. My heart goes out to him. I mean, ain't no telling the type of stuff he went through as a kid.
Yeah. For sure.
He's acting in so much. Him and Raven Simone pretty much acted in, those were kind of like him, Journey Smollett, and Raven Simone were 3 kids that I saw throughout my lifetime on TV.
Yeah.
24/7. As a kid sitcom star. And you never knew what those guys were going through. Now, Keisha Knight Pulliam from The Cosby Show, her life didn't turn out that bad. You had Tatiana Ali from Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
Her life didn't turn out that bad. You had Judy from Family Matters, who was a daughter. It's funny how they did this stuff back in the day. They Family Matters, they had 3 kids, but they ended up letting go of one of the kids, and she ended up doing porn as she got older.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's like, it's a rough life, man. Being a child star is not easy. Being an actor, period, it sucks.
Yeah, I mean,
but being a child star is even worse because they can't say anything.
Because like look at Zac Efron. He had a whole like facial reconstruction surgery. He already looked fine enough before, but due to the Hollywood being the way Hollywood is, or even like having the masses judge you on a mass scale, also does you in. People always talk about when actors like lash out against their fans or something, or they say something about like, oh, people are just racist and sexist and blah blah blah. It's like, imagine if you put out a piece of work and then you just constantly get all the negative reviews, right? You people can direct message actors all the time. So imagine if you're just getting all these direct messages of like, I hate you, this looks stupid, you look stupid, blah blah blah. It eats you.
Yeah.
And that's why sometimes when you have like these actors and celebrities who do interviews and they kind of like smart off to the interview person, it's all the crap they're seeing behind the scenes, or it's all the dumb stuff they're being asked. I don't know.
That's good. That's good that she's doing that though.
Yeah, it is. I'm glad someone's doing it, and I'm glad there's like, it's not a follow up to what I said. Well, it is a follow up to what I said, but I'm glad like there is a solution out there. Because again, like I said about the quiet on set thing, like you had all these people just talking about it, but what's the point of talking about it? You know what I mean? Like they're putting out a whole another episode.
They are?
Yeah, they're gonna do another episode with Drake Bell apparently, because Drake Bell's trying to weasel himself back into fame and fortune.
Yeah, I mean, I have my opinions about the Drake Bell situation. I have a little bit more empathy. I have a little bit more empathy and sympathy after seeing the documentary and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
I'll leave it, like I said on the last time we talked about this, I'll leave it up to everybody else's interpretation. But I have a little bit of empathy and sympathy for what he was going through.
Yeah, I mean, there is a certain amount of empathy. Yeah. Right, but after a certain while, it's like, well, you made your decisions.
Yeah, but he tried to get out of it. He really did try to, like, he saw he messed up. He effed up big time. Like, this is not good.
I mean,
not good.
Maybe he's worked on himself enough to
Maybe like I don't know. I don't know. I'm just taking an educated guess.
Yeah, I got you.
Like it's like after watching the documentary, I kind of because a lot of stuff I didn't know. I didn't know about him.
Yeah.
I didn't know a lot of this stuff. I heard about it around the news. And I was just like, yeah, that's Iggy. Because him and Josh stopped talking to each other
for a while. Yeah, I think
for a long time.
Josh got married and he didn't invite Drake, or vice versa. I can't remember. Someone didn't invite somebody to something. Yeah. But that's the last time I'm ever going to talk about it. It's just I happened to hear that cool. A few days ago, and I was like, oh, I need to touch on this because I brought it up this one time. So, but I mean, hey, that's all I got for today. You got anything else?
No, I'm good, man.
All right. Well, hey, if you want to email us, you can find us at onthegopod2023@gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram, On The Go with Jacob and James, is all one word. You can find James on Instagram at
James9794.
You can find me on Instagram at jacobdantone.audio. You can also find us on YouTube on The Go with Jacob and James, all one word as well. And hey, without further ado, I'm on the go. James is on the go. We're all on the go. Goodbye, everyone.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please follow and share the podcast with your friends and family units. If by chance you disliked the episode, then please share the On The Go show with your most hated enemies. Thank you and enjoy your day.